Hello everyone and welcome to the next in our series of daily origami for YouTube. Today we're going to continue our theme of looking at traditional origami, and today we're going to make a little turtle. Now I think when you kind of look at this, it's sort of like, really, is that really a turtle? That's what I feel like when I saw it, because I don't think it really looks like a turtle, but it is a very common seen traditional origami. I think it's from China maybe. To be honest, I'm not sure, but it's just what it is. You could take it as what it is. I'm not going to declare that it's the world's best turtle origami because it's not, but it is fun to make. So this particular origami, you need a square piece of origami paper. I'm going to be using 15 by 15 centimeter paper, and I'll tell you guys the dimensions when we're finished. This is a three-dimensional turtle, so you get kind of the rounded body of the shell and four little legs and a head. So I don't know. It kind of depends. We'll see what you guys think of it when it's done. But what we're going to do here is start off with our paper. I want to start with a water bomb base. So I'm going to start with my color side facing down, fold my paper in half diagonally to make a big triangle. And then I'm going to go ahead and open it up and do the same thing going the other way too. Then with the color side facing up, fold your paper in half both vertically and horizontally so we can get 4 of these creases to all meet up in the center to give us a nice little starburst of creases here. Once you've gotten all those creases, look at the color side, make sure all those creases are going their natural way. And if you just pinch on opposite sides, you can then kind of push into the center and shimmy it around to give you this nice little triangle. Go ahead and smooth everything out once you've gotten that folded over. Now I'm going to take the bottom right tip. We're going to fold it up to the top, and there's not really any secret order here to this. We're just going to do both of these. I'll show you the front side first, and then we can do all the steps on the back. But if we take both of these sides and fold them up to the top, making a nice little diamond there in the middle, open up those flaps, take the first layer of paper, and what we're going to do is open it up to right where those creases were. You can kind of just give a little pinch first, and then you should be able to push it and open it all the way up so that it matches with the top part of your project here. And from here, we're then just going to push down and create a new crease that goes right through the middle here as I bring that tip back to the top too. And if you crease it all down, what you should wind up getting is this nice little flap here, and then that new crease that goes right through the middle. So I've got this guy opened up and ready to go. So just push down on that part there, that crease. Get this tip to go straight up to the top. Smush it down to give you a new crease there and those little flaps. Flip it over. We'll do the same thing on the other side. So again, we're just folding up to the top point. Fold the other side as well. Open those flaps. Take the bottom part and open it up so that it can go to the top. And I really think it helps to put that little bit of a crease there on both of those sides to just get things started. Push it all the way up to the top. This crease here that's on this side does need to be reversed when you do this, so get that part reversed first. And then just put a little pressure in the middle there to make it like a little taco shell or something there. And then get it to lay down flat and smush it down to make that crease. Do the same thing on this side. Reverse that crease first that's in the back there, and then just get that all to lay down flat. So we should wind up with something that looks like this. These little flaps on top. Now I'm going to take this one of the layers here. There should be 2 layers on each side. I'm going to take this side and take that outer bottom right edge, and we're going to fold it over into the center. Get a good crease going there. Do the same thing on the other side too, and we're going to go ahead and turn it over and do the same thing on the back. So we've got those 2 creases, flip it over and do the same thing on these sides too. So we've got those kind of legs down there at the bottom, and 2 flaps on each side here. Now I've got a couple of layers up here at the top. We've got these 2 flap layers and then that solid layer behind. I'm going to take the little flap layer and it kind of only can come down to a certain point here because it's not that long, but I'm going to just basically fold the flap out underneath this flap as I do this as far as it can, and it should be able to just pull gently over into this corner, get that to rest there, and then just press down on all the layers to make that crease so that you get that part to kind of pull out as far as it can at a good angle there. And I'm just going to do the same thing on this side too, just kind of underneath everything here. Get it to pull out as far as it can. Flip it over, do the same thing on these sides too. So we're just curling that paper from behind, giving a tug until you get it as far as you can. You don't want to pull too hard because you don't want to accidentally tear anything in there, but you can get it going pretty good. Like so. Now the next thing that I'm going to do after getting those parts folded out is I'm going to take the flap that you see here, the solid flap, and I'm going to fold it down behind everything. And I want to go ahead and fold it down almost to a point where it reaches all the way down to the bottom. It may not, you basically can kind of put a little pressure on it and just slide it down as much as you can. Or you can kind of try to open things up as you do stuff. This can be a little tricky, but you want to just keep pushing on it until you can get it to go all the way down into this little point. Once you get to that, just put a little pressure on all the layers to get that crease. And it will be right at a point that's just a little higher than these edges. You can kind of see it here. It kind of hits up a little higher than that. So I'll show you guys again on the back here. Just get that part to kind of curl a little, give it a little pressure from behind and push it down until it can get as far down in there as you can get it. And then just put a little pressure along all the edges to make the crease. And you can see there, again, it's just a little bit higher than the edge. Now I'm going to go ahead and take these two little leg things, and they're going to serve as my head and tail section. So I'm going to take this side here, and we're just going to kind of open up and push up to make a reverse crease. If you put a little pressure on the back, then you can get this part to pop up. We want to make a new crease in the middle there to make it a mountain crease. And then this is just going to essentially get pulled up so that it's basically almost even, maybe just sticks out a little bit from the side. I think that kind of tends to make it look the best for our little tail. And then I'm going to do the same thing on this side for the head. So we'll just pop everything open and push this up, reverse it, so that we get a nice little section here. And then this part too, you want to kind of have it be just sticking up just a shy of the edge maybe. Then I'm going to take that point that I just folded and we're going to make a head area here. So we're going to crease the head, and this can be a little tricky to see. I'm going to try to give you guys a little view of it. What we want to do is we've got this creased the head here, and it's just pointy right now. If you open things up and you kind of give yourself a chance to sort of hold the head in your hands and pinch so that you can create a kite shape at the top. You can kind of put a little pressure on the side under here and on this side too to give yourself this kite shape. And if you put a little pressure from the top and push down, you're still keeping that top part and then making a head. And you get this kind of little jawline, if you will, of the head there. And then the head's too pointy, so I want to actually just open it up for a second and tuck a little bit of this underneath. And then go ahead and return everything the way it was. And this is a really small head section, so you might need to use nails like I have, or toothpick or something to kind of help you along, but you should get something kind of like this. And then, as the last little bit, we're going to go ahead and open this guy up. And to open him up, we're going to be taking this top section and smooshing it down and poofing it out to make kind of like a big kind of shell, essentially. So if you kind of pull on the sides until you see this top section open up a little to a little pillow. And this can be something that's a little hard to get used to at first, but if you push a little bit and you tug on opposite sides, here and here, you can get it to pop open. And once you get that part going, then you can just keep pulling it open until you can get it opened all the way down to the legs on opposite sides. And you really want to try to shoot for a nice big square kind of shape for this as you get this opened up. And really, to be fair, this turtle does look really cool from the top. I think when you try to look at him from the side, it's a little like, oh, it's a Loch Ness Monster. But if you look at him from the top, he does look like he's supposed to. He's like a little sea turtle, you know, so he's swimming around in the ocean there. But I think you can kind of get this to kind of curve down a little and create your turtle. So, like I said, from the side, maybe not so much. He does look cool from underneath, too. I mean, I think it's just from when you look at him this way, it's sort of weird. But from the top, he definitely looks cool. So that's our little finished turtle. Now, in terms of dimensions here, he, from head to tail, is about 6.5. And with his body extended here is about 5 centimeters wide. What did I say? How tall is he here? 6.5. But that kind of gives you this finished little turtle, which is our finished project for today. Thank you so much for watching, and we'll see you next time.